Good morning, friends. Well, I'm up here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and this morning I was supposed to be catching a flight to go see my family in Southern California. However, as many of you know, we're experiencing this government shutdown, and the FAA has pushed for some cancellations and delays on some of the flight traffic, one of which, the airports, is here in Minneapolis, where I am destined to fly out of, but destined no more. I have made some changes to my plans for travel, and I wanted to share with you just a few quick tips if you find yourself in this situation. First and foremost, reach out to your airline and see what they're doing for you when you are faced with these types of delays, cancellations, and shutdowns. I contacted my flight carrier and they worked with me. It took me quite a while to get them to finally work with me. The bigger airlines are being very, very generous to their customers. They'll either change your date of travel or they'll give you a full refund or a voucher. I found myself in a situation where I had to really fight for a voucher. I did get one finally, but they charged me $49 to do so. They're saying that I could just hang out and wait and see if my flight takes off, and I can't see driving the hundreds of miles I've driven to get to the airport and then sit in a congested airport for hours and not know if I'm actually going to get on a plane. So I have discussed this with them ad nauseum, and I really couldn't get them to budge too much. However, I did finally get a voucher. So if you can't get a full cash refund, see if you can get a voucher for a future flight. My voucher is good for 1 year, and it did cost me $49. They're keeping $49 of my original ticket price in order for the convenience of not being responsible at all for what is happening. So the one thing I really want to bring to your attention, though, before I tell you what my alternative plan is I want to make sure if you decide, you know what, it's not worth it, I'm not driving to the airport, I'm not getting on the plane, screw it. You have to call your carrier and tell them you have to cancel your flight. You have to. If you just decide you're going to be a no-show, the airline I was traveling with let me know, and it's in the writing, that I would be assessed a $300 no-show fee each direction. I was going to be penalized $600 for not showing. So make sure you call and you cancel your flight if you're not going to show up. Now, come back for part 2 about this. I'm going to tell you what my alternative plans were. I'll see you in the next video.